Hi guys, welcome back to more episodes of The Americans. We're on episode 4 of season 4 and, well, everything that could possibly go wrong is going wrong. The plan for them to go away for the weekend and take care of the pastor and his wife has now been shot to hell because of the escape of this bioweapon virus. So I don't know where we're going to stand, and it looks like Gabriel's dead, or almost dead. Right, let's carry on. Episode 4.
This is Mrs. Banks. My husband and I need to postpone the deliveries for this weekend. We can't be where we need to be for them.
No, you can't.
There were 2 deliveries. We can't have those deliveries take place, all right? Dad and I have to work. We'll be home Saturday.
Why? Oh, God. Did something happen?
No, nothing happened. Listen to me.
Is this because of me? I'm so sorry, Mom. I didn't mean to. Please,
Paige, stop.
Anything you've touched. Shit. This is a complete disaster.
Great. Never better.
What can we do?
Dying? Or what?
If we believed in God, I'd say pray. We need to be as sanitary as possible. Avoid touching your nose, eyes, mouth.
I don't see how he's going to fight this in his condition and age.
She thinks we're in trouble because Pastor Tim told somebody. I told her we're fine, that we'll be back, but she doesn't believe me.
I mean, I understand Paige, with being a teenager, she's now blaming herself for it all. Like I said, after the fact, not thinking until it's too late, but...
Возвращайся домой.
Твой дом здесь.
В Америку. Закончи свой срок службы.
Ты сердишься на меня из-за Нины.
Ну, ты ей не помог.
У тебя было столько красивых женщин. Неужели она такая...
Дело не в
How do you
этом.
know?
Почему ты ей не
Two
помог?
guys in
Я
there.
пытался...
А я даже не знаю, жива она или нет.
Love doesn't care if she's a traitor.
Откуда ты знаешь?
Да мне бы сообщили.
Мне надо знать, что с ней стало.
Henry, you're gonna miss the bus.
Not Henry. He's in the car. He found Matthew's Cocoa Puff, so he's eaten already. So your parents
Please
had to
don't
go away
confide in
last
Stan.
minute, huh?
Yeah, they, a client in New York, a really big client, was threatening to fire them, so they had to go in. Well,
You look
I
like
gotta
a
get
deer that's
ready
been
for the
caught in
bus.
headlights.
Okay. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Normally, Stan would be picking up on something there, but there's nothing for him to understand that he should be looking or picking up at.
Paige knows we love her, right?
I'm not sure.
Of course she does.
No, I'm not sure anymore.
Working late tonight?
He's
Nope.
going to do this his own
Just going
way.
home. TV, wine, and bed.
Well, how about we grab that meal we've always been promising to get together? Yeah. I'm not as entertaining as TV, but there will be wine.
Sure.
She's going to.
Sure.
Great.
Your pulse is a little high, but that could be a reaction to the antibiotic.
So it could be the antibiotics, or she could be getting it.
But she's at the beginning of getting it. She's contagious.
It's me again. I'm sorry to leave you so many messages. It's just something happened at work, and it's important. Actually, it's probably not a big deal. I don't need to go into detail on your phone message.
Can you
I'm
hear
going
that?
to dinner with someone from work, with a male colleague from work.
All
And,
right, wrap it up. Wrap it up.
I'll
I
be
can
here
hear
for
clicking.
another hour, and then I'm leaving. Call me back. I love you.
That was a long answer phone message. They normally cut off before then, but that sounded a static clicking on a landline, usually saying it's been intercepted.
If something happens,
Elizabeth,
Philip,
it's not gonna happen.
please listen.
It's a bit early to be discussing that, though.
Don't wait for Paige to get suspicious.
I'm not doing that.
Then you can just raise them here. It's what you want. It's what you've always wanted.
The proper made her look like shit there.
I've always been a loner, so I don't mind going home, making some dinner, doing some work.
Investigating this, right? I'm sure it's him that's pulled the line. So I'm assuming it hasn't really shown it on the screen because he said he wasn't prepared to work with him.
Provide each other with comfort, companionship. We're discreet, but I'm not wearing wigs and sneaking into motel rooms.
Yeah.
It's probably the most honest relationship that I've ever had.
And meanwhile, while this is going on, these two are completely stuck and fixed here, not being able to do anything. Full of blood. Yeah.
Ты хорошая дочь, Надежда. Если со мной что-то случится, я хочу, чтобы ты поехала к родным в Тулу. Послушай меня. Это важно.
С тобой ничего не случится.
To me, this is symptoms of, again, not a reaction to antibiotics.
No, you can't. You can't. It's late.
Don't
You'll scare her
touch
to death.
each other.
Come on. Lie down. It's okay. We'll take care of it tomorrow.
I'm assuming the fact he said, the guy said what they should be doing here and they don't have to wear masks or anything, that it's not something that can be airborne. Liquid, it can. They're not giving us an awful lot on just exactly how this thing works. It's changed.
Ну, она там наколола дров, еще больше себе навредила.
Каким образом? Но ты можешь ей помочь. Я хочу с ней встретиться.
Если ты с ней встретишься, от этой проблемы я тебя уже не смогу уберечь. Никто не сможет.
So she's better?
No.
I don't know. How long have you two been together?
Over 20 years.
Everything okay with the kids? I saw her face when she called home. You're so lucky. You don't know. You don't know what it's like to do this job and not have anybody to talk to about it.
She could sense that something was off. You know, the late hours. No family ever around. Elizabeth wanted to tell her who we were.
But she
And I
figured it
did.
out.
We fought about it for months.
How do you feel?
Better.
Deadly pathogens, I mean, you should have a proper antidote.
I'll give you another shot of the antibiotic.
He's looking better, actually.
2 hours and another one 12 hours after that. I was coerced.
No, it doesn't matter.
Open your mouth.
So it was indeed a bad reaction to the antibiotics. Okay.
Henry will be mad he misses weekend at Epcot.
She'd never get over it.
You want to run?
We can't run. It's one more thing.
It's a hell of a thing.
It is.
That's a very hard thing to try and work them to.
I'll stay here until he gets stronger, but you should stop using this place after that.
We don't want the center to take care of Tim and Alice.
He's not going to like this.
It would destroy Paige if something happened to them.
Well, I'll have to get you out fast then.
We're not leaving.
You would be living in a burning house.
What's new?
Do you know what we would need to successfully do this? You'd need to have something on
When I was younger,
or create something.
I was afraid. We were killing each other every day. I told myself that I would be safe if I just did what I was told. It's not an easy way to live. But it's your choice.
Will the center see it that way?
Probably not.
I'll have to get them there.
It's up to him to convince them.
Oh, I guess you really missed us, huh?
I'm about to get to level 4. How was New York?
It sucked.
We'll check our schedule.
Next weekend?
We'll see.
You've been... What exactly does it say? Is it forgiven? You're kidding. No way. No way. How the hell's he pulled this? Damn. Talk about in the arse of nowhere. Oh, okay. Scratch that. The guards just don't say anything, do they?
Крылова Нина Сергеевна, ваше прошение о помиловании отклонено в ближайшее время.
Okay. Shortly? You mean fucking now? This is his father. Just carried away like a piece of trash. Damn. Okay, that was pretty brutal. That daydream that she just had of a kind of like a appeal granted or an acquittal or whatever you want to call it, and then walking out the doors, I was like, this seems, there's no way he's got this kind of sway, but I was going with it. Didn't last very long, did it? So that's the end of Nina. Oh, it's that was there's no such word as tastefully, but that was done in what I would class as true Soviet Union style. Just the coldness of it, and the lack of any speech, any talking, it was just and they're just carried away. Oh, sorry, I'm in a little bit of a shock after that. I wasn't expecting him to kill Nina off at this point. Now, does that come from his father at this point to be able to get him to return home? But of course, at some point, he's going to hear that Nina is no more, that she's gone, and that's going to reverse the effect. I don't understand or know enough about how the dynamic relationships of families and fathers and sons and everything works within the Soviet Union in this time. Does he get to be able to rebuttal that and to be able to go, well, that's what's happened to her, I'm staying put, I'm staying at my post, I'm not coming home? I don't know. Right, okay, we've got to leave that where it is. Now then, it appears as though the worst is over with this virus, and somehow Gabriel has survived it, and Elizabeth just had a bad reaction to the antibiotics, but we didn't know that, and there wasn't an awful lot of more information that this guy could give. We were very limited on knowing what the details were here, but they've made the decision to stick with it, that they're not going to run, and they're not going to allow the centre or anyone else to take care of Pastor and his wife, whose name I don't know. It's always just the wife, because it'll finish page. But now Gabriel has got to convince the centre that is the appropriate course of action if they ever want to try to recruit Paige, which is the selling point, even though Elizabeth and Philip don't want that. Doesn't necessarily mean that, but he's got to give that to them. He's got to give them something, otherwise they're just not going to be on board with it. But it now creates a whole new situation of you get deeper in on the pastor. What the hell do you do? How would you convince this guy? Because he's just a normal American citizen. And a religious one at that. How do you ensure, just the same way he did with Paige, how do you ensure that this guy never says a word for any reason? And to me, the only way you do that is by having something on someone. And if you don't have something, creating something. They are good at that. Time will tell. We will see. Right. I will be back. Episode 5 next week. RIP Nina. R.I.P. Nina. She is gone. If any of that ever gets back to Stan, I don't know, but he's kind of, I wouldn't say he's completely moved on, but I don't think she's at the forefront of his mind as much as she was, because he knew everything was completely out of his control. But whether he actually finds out, he may actually find out from Visalia. I don't know. Right then, I will see you for episode 5 next week. Don't forget, they're all available over on Patreon, full length. All the tiers are new prices now. All the tiers have been completely redone. There are 3 tiers over on Patreon now. If you want to check any of that out, you can do in the link in the description as always. And I will see you for the next episode very soon. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you haven't already. See you for the next one.